Hello guys, this is me, I'm Dr. Jayanti Ghosh. Today I'm back with discussion of the MCQs, multiple choice questions of oral and maxillofacial surgery. Last time I discussed the synopsis of OMFS. Depending on the synopsis of dental pulse, then the explanations of Neeraj Wadhwan and some of the few important topics from Balaji. So today I'll be discussing the questions. So it's a very important subject and you must rely on this subject so the various questions which can be asked are, that is, rotatory movement is used for the extraction of which kind of tooth? The options may be mandibular canine, maxillary central incisor, maxillary lateral incisor, all of the above. The answer is maxillary central incisor. So the different types of movement for each and every type of tooth is very important. Then the Bull's type of appearance in the intraoral periapical radiograph is seen in case of which kind of tooth? The options may be lingually placed mandibular third molar, buccally placed mandibular third molar, inverted mandibular third molar, and distoangular impaction. The answer is lingually placed mandibular third molar. The explanation which was given is that in all the other kind of positions, this kind of appearance is not seen in an intraoral periapical radiograph. Then a very important question, that is, a pregnant patient in the second trimester goes in syncope. So how can you treat that patient? The various options are Trendelenburg position, head down towards your feet, right lateral and left lateral position. The answer is left lateral position. The patient should not be kept in supine or reclined position to avoid pressure on the inferior vena cava, that is the portion of the heart, by the fetus, which results in poor venous return and hypotension. The patient is turned into the left lateral side to relieve this kind of pressure. Then the various types of hemorrhage: primary hemorrhage, intermediate hemorrhage, secondary hemorrhage. Primary hemorrhage occurs as a normal part of surgery from an unavoidable trauma during extraction. Intermediate or reactionary hemorrhage occurs within 24 hours of the previous hemorrhage, post-operative result. And secondary hemorrhage occurs 7 to 14 days post-operatively as a result of breakdown of the clot on account of infection. The mechanical advantage of various types of forceps as well as elevators, that is crossbars elevator or Winters elevator, is having mechanical advantage of 4.6. Wedge elevator and extraction forceps is having mechanical advantage of 2.5 and straight elevator 3. That is, important questions are asked. Then another important question, a patient who is on dicumarol therapy requires tooth extraction. Which laboratory test is most valuable to evaluate the patient's surgical risk? So A is clotting time, B is prothrombin time, C is complete blood cell count, and D is bleeding time. The answer is prothrombin time. This is because prothrombin time is increased in patients on anticoagulant therapy or salicylates. It is also prolonged in case of liver diseases and in deficiency of factors such as factor 1, 2, 5, 7 and 10. Normal prothrombin time is 11 to 15 seconds where extraction can be carried out, and when prothrombin time is within 1 to 1.5 times the normal prothrombin times, that is about 20 to 23 seconds, it can be easily carried out. Dicumarol is an anticoagulant, so we must keep in mind that when the patient is on anticoagulant therapy or salicylate therapy is an NSAID, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. So in that case, the prothrombin time should be kept in mind. Another question is the complication of using Aeroter at 30,000 rotations per minute for an impacted molar is necrosis of bone, tissue laceration, tissue necrosis and emphysema. The answer is emphysema This is created because of increased air pressure. Then dry socket. Dry socket is also an important question which is asked. It is a form of local osteitis characterized by an acute, painful tooth socket containing brown and bare socket. The patient complains of continuous, severe throbbing pain that usually starts 3 to 4 days after extraction. Management consists of irrigation of the socket with warm saline followed by obtunded dressing. Then trismus. Why is trismus caused? Trismus is caused because of generally because of injection into the medial pterygoid muscle, resulting in hematoma formation or infection. Few other questions which can be asked is, this is a most important question which is generally asked. Winter's classification. What are the Winter's 3 lines? That is, Winter's lines includes 3 imaginary lines that are drawn on the radiographs: white line, amber line and red line. What is white line? White line is drawn touching the occlusal surfaces of first and second molars, and it's extended posteriorly over the third molar region. It indicates the difference in the occlusal level of second and third molars. What is an amber line? It is drawn from the crest of interdental bone, the bone that is between the two teeth, between first and second molars, and extends posteriorly distal to third molar to the ascending ramus. It indicates the amount of alveolar bone covering the impacted tooth and portion of teeth that is not covered by the bone. Red line is drawn perpendicular from the amber line to an imaginary point on the application of elevator. It indicates the depth of teeth in the bone. It came in AIMS 2012. The various ways of bone removal, which is there in the book of Nilima Malik also, you can refer in that book also. That is high speed handpiece and burr technique, psychologically accepted by the patient. Continuous irrigation should be done in order to provide a cooling effect. Chisel and mallet technique, less acceptable by the patient. The jawbone should be immobilized to prevent the fracture. Pericoronitis is a mostly common problem affected with impacted third molars. Another question, rubber band extraction, where it is indicated. It is indicated in patients with bleeding disorders like hemophilia and hemangioma. Then, which are the various risk factors for infective endocarditis? High risk category, where prophylaxis is recommended because of heart valves, prosthetic valves, cardiac valves, cyanotic congenital heart disease. Moderate risk category, where again prophylaxis is recommended, which is because of the valvular defects. Negligible risk category, where prophylaxis is again recommended, but it is not that important. Which are the order of extraction in arch of jaw is your third molar. First is third molar, second molar, second premolar, first molar, first premolar, lateral incisor, canine, central incisor. Which are the various investigations to confirm the presence of fistula? A silver probe that can be used to detect and confirm the presence of fistula. There is a nose blowing test. A cotton wisp is kept near the fistulous opening and the patient is asked to blow with nose, with closed nostril and open mouth. In presence of oroantral communication, there will be a displacement of the cotton wisp, whereas any blood present will be seen to bubble. So the various other important chapters are local and general anesthesia, where you can refer to Monheim's. Then there may be a diagrammatic illustration that which type of block is being given. Then you have to say whether it is an inferior alveolar mental nerve block, incisive nerve block. The maximum recommended dose of lidocaine without epinephrine for children is 4.5 mg per kg. Go-Gates technique, cardiopulmonary resuscitation, middle third fractures, then Tinel sign. What is Tinel sign? Tinel sign is meant for nerve degeneration. Then your flaps, that is Abbe-Stendal flap, is used in reconstruction of what structure? That is your lip. So guys, I've discussed few of my selected questions with you. If you have any other problems, you can discuss with me. I know time is very less. 2 months are there for the exam. 12 December is the date where exam is supposed to come. So you must do selective study and go for quick revision tests, crash courses. You can also mail me or WhatsApp me for my Telegram discussions as well as video lectures, PDF folders. So I hope my video will be useful to you all guys. So thank you and good night.